Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly update for the Feathered Serpent. We're currently sitting at 52.5% done, and this plant is poking my ear. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. So this week I was able to get a lot of fun things implemented into the game. Starting with the classic red barrels that are in every video game. You always see them, the explosive barrels. They hurt enemies as well as the player. They were very fun to implement in. They tick once you start shooting them, and then they explode at the end of the animation. You can also shoot them a second time to set them off earlier. There's still a little more polishing I want to do on it. I might want to change the explosion animation, but that is the red barrels. Next up, I implemented in this new hazard in the ruins area. It is crumbling debris. Crumbling debris, when you stand under it, will shake and then fall down on the player. This also is a hazard that can damage enemies as well if you time it correctly. This is kind of a throwback or a reuse of an old mechanic or hazard. I originally was going to put in the caves or the snow area. They used to be like icicles or falling spikes, but I thought I would repurpose them here, excuse me, for the ruins. They come in different variants, and they're just kind of cool. Next up, I implemented in the repeating arrow trap for the ruins. I am thinking that I might want to change the statue. It is just kind of a mossy looking magical version of the statue in the jungle. But when you step in front of it, it shoots at a very fast projectile. And I do want to make that projectile stick into the wall. I just kind of wanted to rough it in and get it going. But this is the repeating arrow trap. It is, I think it functions pretty good. It just shoots out the one little bolt. And you got to be pretty aware of it because it does kind of, it will hit you if you jump in front of it. It leaves very little space for correcting your mistake. There's not a lot of reaction time. Next up, I was able to introduce or change the sprite of Tezezamok. Before, he was just kind of this ghost swirling skeleton. It didn't really fit, so I made him fit more with the character, with the main character. He looks very similar now. I still want to add in sounds for when he's talking, but I think I like it. I think that's the direction I want to go with that little tutorial character guy and future NPCs moving forward. I also was able to code in the Bloodworms, which will be found in the ruins area. These are spiky worms that are much tankier. Also, my laundry's going off. I apologize. These enemies will shoot out spikes in all different directions, depending on whether you kill them when they're crawling on a flat surface or on a wall. They'll shoot out spikes in every direction. I still want to tweak the spike spawns a little bit, but it's working out pretty good and pretty much how I intended. I like this enemy. Lastly, I was tweaking a lot of old code. I fixed the first 30 levels of the game, so they're completely polished. A lot of areas are slightly adjusted or redone. Spawners have been shifted. I just really polished those first 30 areas and got them done, checked off for the first area. I added in the new transition screens for the jungle area and the ruins area. I also was able to tweak and adjust the Eye of Ice and the Eye of Gold. The Eye of Gold, those enemies that are supposed to be gold, they now actually show up and they have double the health. Every time you hit them, they'll drop a little piece of gold. I really like how this turned out because it kind of balances the game in the sense of if you have very low damage, you will get rewarded with more coins out of these enemies because it is per hit that they give out these coins. If you have very high damage, it means you're already doing good on the run. Then you kill the enemies pretty quick and you won't get that much gold off of them. This will be balanced out by shops that will come up later on in the runs. So it kind of helps you if you're low damage and you get the Eye of Gold, it's like, hey, I'm going to give you some more gold. As for the Eye of Ice, this item is so much fun to play with. I love it. I got the textures properly switching. I got all enemies properly slowing down. A lot of the old enemy code had to be rewritten and readjusted to work properly with this item. But it is so much fun, albeit overpowered. There are funny scenarios like this one where I kind of can just stand in front of him and I don't even have to worry about it. He's moving so slow. So I might have to adjust how fast it slows down enemies. And obviously for bosses, I still want it to affect them, but I'm going to have to put like a hard cap on it so that it doesn't completely stop them like it does other enemies. But it has been really fun putting in those items and implementing those as well. That's really all the changes that I have. I am currently reaching out to a publisher right now. I really just want to look for ways that I can get the game funded. Obviously, I had said that I wanted a Kickstarter to be launched today, and that did not happen at all. You would have seen a lot more promotion for it. I actually cut back a lot of the promotional videos that I had filmed for it because Kickstarter was being a little difficult, and I'm really trying to set up my LLC that I just started, Sundown Studios. So there's a lot like in the works that I was not prepared for. There's just a lot more waiting, and it's a lot more complex and way annoying. So I still have to get caught up on all of those. And that's, like I said, after I'm reaching out to a publisher right now. If I get the game funded and supported by a publisher and I can sign that contract, I won't even need a Kickstarter at that point. So there's a lot of interesting things moving forward here that I'm hoping to, I don't know, kind of just see what happens. I'm really optimistic, I am. That's all I have for this weekly update in this devlog. I'm very grateful for all of the support. We recently crossed a threshold of 500 subscribers. Thank you very much. I've been getting a lot of love and support on my reels. And if you want more content from me, I post on all of my social medias every day. I'm trying to get better at posting on my Discord. And you can always tune in. I'm going to start uploading reels every day because I've just seen a very large increase, I guess, is the content people want. But don't worry, for those of you who like longer form content, like these devlogs, I will still continue to make them every Monday, and I think I will cut them up into smaller segments and make those into reels as well, so that they're more digestible. But thank you so much for watching, everyone.
As always, I just want to give a huge thank you to all of my egg donors, Ethan Critchfield, Haley Critchfield, Aldo Chapana, Thomas O, and you for only $1 if you'd like to support me in the game. And moving on, huge thank you to my pasta providers. That is going to be Avant Avgard. And I'd like to welcome a new patron, Jeff Bloom. Because of you two and your contributions, I was able to eat the following pasta this week. As you can see there in the image, it just looks so delicious, doesn't it? Thank you, everyone.